Welcome to my channel Legal Education. Today I am going to speak on the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 in this episode 1. Now Hindu Marriage Act is applicable to whole of India and to all Hindus domiciled or in territories to which this act extends, who are outside such territories also. It applies to any Hindu, Buddhist, Jain and Sikh by religions. Let's see some definitions in this episode. Expression custom and usage signify any rule which, having been continuously and uniformly observed for a long time, has obtained the force of law among Hindus in local area, tribe, group or family and community provided the rule is certain and not unreasonable or opposed to public policy, and in case of family it has not been discontinued by the family. District court is principal civil court having original jurisdiction. Sapinda relationship of any person extends as far as third generation in his line of ascent through mother and up to 5 generation in the line of ascent through father. So for a person, his father and grandfather, great grandfather and great great grandfather from father side and mother and grandfather from mother side are sapindas as far as he person is concerned. So two persons are said to be sapindas of each other if one is a lineal ascendant of the other within the above definition. What is prohibited relationship? Two persons are said to be in prohibited relationship if one is linear ascendant of other किंवा मुलगा वडील आजोबा. Second, one was wife or husband of a lineal ascendant or descendant of other, म्हणजे आई, आजी, सून, जावई. Third, one was wife of brother or wife of father's or mother's brother, म्हणजे बहिणी किंवा भाभी, काकू, मामी etc. or wife of grandfather or grandmother's brother, म्हणजे चुलत आजी किंवा चुलत सासरे किंवा आजे सासरे etc. किंवा मामे सासरे also. And fourth, two are brothers and sisters, uncle and niece म्हणजे मामा भाची, aunt and nephew म्हणजे आत्या आणि भाचा, or children of brother and sister म्हणजे पुतण्या किंवा भाचा, or of two brothers or two sisters म्हणजे चुलत भाऊ, आते भाऊ, मावस भाऊ, मामे भाऊ किंवा बहीण etc. For above clauses, relationship includes full blood, half blood or uterine blood, legitimate as well as illegitimate children, and adoption as well as by blood relationship. We have already seen what is full blood, half blood and uterine blood in Hindu Succession Act earlier. Just to refresh, full blood from same ancestors, that is same father and mother. Half blood is from same father but different mothers, म्हणजे सावत्र भाऊ बहिणी. And uterine blood म्हणजे same mother but different father. Now, the Hindu Marriage Act 1956 states the following conditions must be maintained for a valid Hindu Marriage Act. This is given in section 5. A marriage may be solemnized between two Hindus and following 5 conditions is fulfilled. 1. Neither party has a spouse living at the time of marriage. That means bigamy is not allowed. 2. At the time of marriage, neither party is A. incapable of giving a valid consent to it in consequence of unsoundness of mind. B. Though capable of giving consent but suffering from mental disorder such kind as to such an extent as to be unfit for marriage or procreation of children. C. Has been subject to recurrent attacks of insanity. Third, bridegroom has completed age of 21 years and the bride age of 18 years at the age time of marriage. Fourth, parties are not within degree of prohibitory relationship unless a custom or usage permits them for the marriage. And fifth, last one, parties are not sapindas of each other unless custom or usage permits them to marry. Now we have already explained what is Sapinda's relationship and what is a prohibited relationship. The concept of marriage is still a sacrament. It is not a pure contract between the parties as there it is in Muslim marriages. The marriage could be solemnized in accordance with the customary rites and ceremonies of either party. For example, Saptapadi, 7 steps taken jointly by both before this secret fire, completes the marriage and become binding on both when 7th step is taken. A valid marriage can be performed between a Hindu and Sikh by Anantakaraj or Saptapadi, either of the rituals. If there is a living spouse of any of the parties, the marriage is ipso jure void, which is invalid from the beginning itself. Now, incurable unsound mind cannot be so widely interpreted as to cover feeble-minded or presence of weak or dull intellects who are capable of understanding the nature and consequences of the act. That means if the person is capable of understanding the nature and consequence of the act, then it is a valid marriage. Age factor. The marriage solemnized in violation of age factor remains unaffected. That is, neither the marriage is void or voidable. This is as per the case Ravindra Prasad versus Sita Devi, All India Reporter 1986. Registration. For purpose of facilitating the proof, the state government is authorized to make rules for registration of marriage by making certain entries into the registrar kept for that purpose. The state may make it compulsory also. And fifth, the marriage may be solemnized between prohibited relationships and sapindas if the custom allows. It must be mentioned here that the validity of Hindu marriage shall in no way be affected by the omission to make entry into the marriage register. A fine of ₹25 is kept for that. Section 9 says restitution of conjugal rights. When either the husband or wife has without reasonable excuse withdrawn from the society of the other, the aggrieved party may apply by petition to district court for restitution of conjugal right, and the court, on being satisfied of the truth of statements, may decree restitution of conjugal rights accordingly. The burden of proof of reasonable excuse for withdrawing shall be on the party who has withdrawn from the partner. However, court cannot compel the aggrieved person to cohabit with the partner against his or her wish. There is a latest judgment given by Gujarat High Court on 29 December 2021. The case is of a couple residing in Banaskantha district. The woman worked as a nurse in government hospital, got married in 2015 and had a son, and left the husband's house to stay with her parents in 2017, and reason was the husband and the in-laws were pressurizing her to migrate to Australia and then get her husband there because her siblings were settled in Australia. The woman refused to do so and moved to her parents' house. The husband filed a petition for restitution of conjugal right in family court, and the court passed a decree approving it. The woman then challenged the decree in the High Court. Justice J.B. Pardiwala and Justice Niral Mehta passed the decree in favor of the nurse, saying that neither the husband nor the court can compel the woman to cohabit with the husband against her wish. The honorable judges also cited Order 21 Rule 32(1) of Civil Procedure Code provision while passing the decree. The minimum age for a female to get married is also proposed to be raised up to 21 years. The Lok Sabha has passed the bill in December 21, and now it is with the Select Committee. Once the Select Committee passes it, after Rajya Sabha approves and President's consent, it will become a law. So we stop here today with episode 1, and next episode we shall see judicial separation, nullity of marriage, and what are the grounds for divorces. Thank you very much. please contact me at advsdbapat@gmail.com for any further consultation. Thank you.